Hello con khỏe không? Khỏe. Cưng em ghê hả vậy? Vậy hả con khỏe không? Mừng không?
How are you?
Hello con khỏe không?
Yes.
Ủa?
Oh yes. How do you feel? Look at you. Say your son the colors. Cô quên luôn cho má. Người tiếp cận hay cho má. Thank you. Monash. There was raining, so the paper went. No, that's good night. Oh yeah.
Wow, cái này của T với B phải không? Cái này của Mâm này. Beautiful.
Well, yeah, well. Do you want to eat? Này của má. Chú. Xích ra. Lấy cái điện thoại ra lấy. Xích gió có. Đi. Xích gió.
Bianca,
The year. Rồi, kiss lên. Kiss. Ông kiss gái ông đi. Chờ hỏi. Đưa nó cầm hai bó bông đi.
Oh my God, can't believe it.
I wish we had the morning sun.
Cái là lấy cây nó dễ không?
Cây dễ hơn.
Cái này là công ty này. Ủa, sao Alex nó không đi hả con? Alex nó không đi à? Vậy à?
Gái nữa nè. This is ages in advance.
Wow.
Is that ours?
Ở đâu vậy? Ở đâu rồi? Có camera chưa?
Yes, mới qua.
Qua rồi hả? À thấy là vậy.
Nó dễ biết cái mão dài đó. Cái quần trắng nó dễ biết không?
Nó đâu tí? À sườn áo trắng đấy không?
Tôi nhớ nó mặc quần trắng như vậy.
Rồi. Going down rồi.
Nghe gần tới kìa. Chụp cái tấm hình được hả?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the national anthem of Australia.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. We've golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. I now present to you the Deputy Chancellor of Monash University, Dr. Megan Clark, who will open this graduation ceremony.
Graduands and guests, our guest speaker, Adjunct Professor Rhonda Stewart, Senior Vice Provost and Vice Provost Research Professor Rebecca Brown, Head of the School of Primary and Allied Healthcare of the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences, Professor Terry Haynes, distinguished visitors, members of Council and members of the faculty, it is my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the Council of Monash University to this 1,217th graduation ceremony of Monash University, which is being performed on the country for which the Kulin Nations have been the traditional owners and custodians for millennia. The university acknowledges their cultures and we pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. I now call upon the Senior Vice Provost and Vice Provost Research Professor Rebecca Brown to address this assembly.
Deputy Chancellor, members of the Monash University Council, our guest speaker, Adjunct Professor Rhonda Stewart, distinguished guests, colleagues and most importantly, graduands, their families and their supporters.
Deputy Chancellor, I certify to you and to the Council of Monash University. Please stand.
Graduands, with the authority of Council, I admit you to the degrees and award the diplomas to which you are entitled. And I now ask the members of the audience to applaud your accomplishments.
Please be seated. Deputy Chancellor, graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences will be presented to you by Professor Michelle Leach, Deputy Dean of the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences.
Deputy Chancellor, I present to you graduates from the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences who've been admitted to the following degrees and been awarded the following diplomas today. Bachelor of Occupational Therapy Honours, Annabelle Beasley. Olivia Ruth Templer. Doctor of Psychology in Clinical Neuropsychology, for research titled the conceptualisation and measurement of a multidimensional apathy in Huntington's disease, a mixed methods examination, Dr. Kelly Jane Atkins. For research titled Telehealth Delivery of Memory Rehabilitation Following Stroke, Dr. David Wentworth Lawson. For research titled The Effects of Preterm Birth and Associated Neonatal Interventions on Cardiac Structure in Early Postnatal Life, Dr. Bianca Lay. Deputy Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of the awards to the graduates of the Faculty of Medicine, Nursing and Health Sciences. Thank you.
I just wanted to do a special call out for our sign person, whose name I don't know, but I really wanted to thank you for doing that. We now have the opportunity to hear from one of our talented musicians from the Monash University's Sir Zelman Cowen School of Music. Please welcome Mr. Aidan Young to the ceremony, and he will be performing Drifting by Andy McKees. Thank you so much, Aidan, for reminding us about the joy of live music. I think we're all completely chill now. I hope our professor here is also pretty chill. So that was wonderful. I could hear you all just settling down. It was amazing. A guitar and percussion all in one. Truly extraordinary. The graduation address gives us the opportunity to hear from a distinguished member of our alumni community, and we are fortunate today that the address will be delivered by the Adjunct Professor Rhonda Stewart. Adjunct Professor Stewart graduated with a Bachelor of Medicine and Bachelor of Surgery with honours from Monash University, and then completed her Doctor of Philosophy in nosocomial tuberculosis. I had to check that before we came on stage. And she can tell you what it means. Adjunct Professor Stewart is an experienced infectious diseases physician at Monash Health and Medical Director of Infection and Epidemiology at Monash Health. She's also Director of the newly established Southeast Local Public Health Unit and the Clinical Lead for Monash Health COVID-19 vaccination program. In 2020, she was actively involved in the COVID-19 response, and for that we thank you. She's an advisor to the state and national committees on COVID-19, and also, of course, with that, it brought significant media presence as well. Adjunct Professor Stewart is currently on the board of the Australian Society of Infectious Diseases and has engaged with multiple policymakers through her contributions to writing position papers and guidelines for local and national bodies. I now have much pleasure in inviting Adjunct Professor Rhonda Stewart to deliver the graduation address.
Thank you very much, and that music intro was amazing, I've got to say. Thank you to Deputy Chancellor Dr. Megan Clark, Senior Vice Provost and Vice Provost for Research Professor Rebecca Brown, Head of the School of Primary and Allied Healthcare Professor Terry Haynes, members of the faculty, family and friends, and especially a very warm welcome to the new graduates and congratulations to you all.
In congratulating you upon your achievements, I particularly wanted to acknowledge the contribution of your lecturers, your supervisors, your tutors, and the professional staff at this university. They've made sure that you made it here today. It's not always possible to give public recognition to their hard work and dedication, and I would ask you now to take the opportunity to show them your appreciation with a round of applause. I know that university study is not easy, and it certainly hasn't been easy in the last few years. During your many years of research and learning, you had to cope with the stresses of examination, assignments, and combine this with outside work, family obligations, and a global pandemic. Throughout your time, you were encouraged and supported by your parents, your husbands, wives, partners, brothers, sisters, guardians, and friends. To acknowledge their contribution, I now invite you to stand and turn and express your gratitude with a round of applause. Thank you very much. During this ceremony, we don't often get the lights to the back of the hall or upstairs, and I certainly see lots of emotion, pride, happiness, relief, and some of you just look downright exhausted, so please look after your colleagues and friends. Graduates, I invite you to join the procession as the official party leaves the hall, and I ask members of the audience to remain standing at their seats until our graduates have left the hall and the music has concluded. The ceremony is now at an end. Thank you.